And here we go. So we just started a new mission. I think that we just accepted it even. Yeah, so we just accepted the new mission to go to Deakus, and we are going to be going pirate hunting once again. I know, who was it? Uh, Young was wanting me to hold off until I got some aerospace help. But you know what? I needed the money, man. I needed the money because after that planetary raid or that objective raid that we just did, we did not come out of that on top. Honestly, we came out of that with some equipment, which was nice. Like we came out of that pretty okay in terms of equipment, but oof, just not great in terms of profit. I mean, I guess if we actually looked at our finances, like sure, well actually, yeah, from the time that we started that contract, we were positive, not by, much, but we were positive. But starting this one, much better, much more betters. All right. So we have 60 days until we get to the new location. Oh no, hold on, stand by. I forgot to load over a couple things. This is sad. This is going to be very sad. Stand by. 27 and 28. Okay. Gotta bring over the new image. Data images. Huh. That's weird. That is very weird. Oh, I know why. Okay. Stand by. Promise I almost know what I'm doing. Almost. Sometimes. Kind of. Not really. There it is. Well, I'm sure for most of the people who watch either the VODs or the stream, I'm sure that my most recent tutorial didn't help you out very much because most folks, I think, that watch this on a regular basis either pretty regularly update their campaigns or they're on the Discord channel. But hopefully it helps somebody out there. There we go. And let's reload. Try that again. Oh, isn't that interesting? There it is. Okay, great. Now I can rest easily. So we have 60 days to get to the next location. I don't think that we need to buy anything new here necessarily. We don't need any more recovery vehicles, I don't think. How are we doing on recovery vehicles? Actually, 1, 2, 3 heavies and 4 regular recovery vehicles. I think eventually we're going to want some more recovery vehicles, but right now we're going to be okay. I think right now we just need to save up our doll hairs. So we'll go to a new month. Oh, that's nice. And we do a little bit of maintenance. We do some things here and there. Somebody went on maternity leave, and that's okay. And then we keep on paying for our commander's gambling habit, because I'm convinced that's probably what this is. It's a gambling habit. That's why we pay 25,000 C-bills per month. All right, let's go ahead and advance another. Let's do 29 days. Oh, it's winter holidays. That's great. I look forward to seeing how things are in the dropship. More winter holidays. All right. And we did some more maintenance. Ebolt Cap turned 18. Good for you, bud. Good for you. You know, that is a very impressive 5 o'clock shadow for an 18-year-old, I gotta say. What else we got going on here? Not a whole lot. And we are 0.5 days from the planet. Let's go ahead and advance. We'll save the game really quick and advance a day. Inoculate everybody. Get your vaccinations, friends. Don't let Space Clap get you. And we're good and activated. Everybody should be good to go. Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody is good. So with that, why don't we go ahead and, so we've got our T3. Hussein needs to get out of there before we do anything else. Hussein needs to get out of there. Solveig Hussein. There he is. So assigned to none. Let's go ahead and get one of our 3-4 pilots into there. That was, what was that? The guillotine. And then from there, Bravo, Crusader needs a pilot. Honestly, we've got 2 lieutenants in Alpha. I think it's time that we throw an officer into Bravo. We'll go ahead and throw our commander into Bravo. Because why not? That was a Crusader. That's right. But now it begs the question, should I be throwing like the champion in? I don't think the longbow would make sense. But if you're comparing the Crusader to the champion, I think I would almost prefer the Crusader over the champion, or the champion over the Crusader. Where is it? Probably not, actually, considering how I like to throw my mechs into the actual oven. But we could sub in the cataphract now that it's finally repaired. That would actually make a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and get the Crusader out of there. Let's move our commander over to the cataphract. What else we got? We got a Griffin, Warhammer Orion, and the cataphract. That's not even the Great Orion. I know this is not my favorite grasshopper, but if I was going to choose between a grasshopper and that particular Griffin. I think I would probably pick the Grasshopper over the Griffin. Yeah. I mean, I hate this Grasshopper, but in comparison, it's better than the Griffin. Let's go ahead and get the Griffin out of there. Let's move the Griffin pilot over to the Grasshopper. Where is he at? There he is. And let's add the Grasshopper back in. Okay. And that should give us a little bit more armor to play with. Now, ironically, the Warhammer has the least amount of armor, but that's fine since it's more of a standoff mech, even though I never use it like that. Okay, I think we're in a good spot. And we got our recon and scout lances. All those dudes are good. And we got this one. Do we have anybody we can throw into the Thunderbolt? Oh, yeah, we got somebody we can throw into the Thunderbolt for sure. Thunderbolt. We got the Raven. We got what we have for mediums that we can play with. A Griffin. We got some Phoenix Hawk. Now, the only thing we're going to have to do is we will have to get a trainer back into here. But that's okay. We're going to get it figured out. For right now, we need at least 8 frontline units, which we have. Not a problem. And then we've got Tango, which we're going to put back onto training. And then we just have to add 1 unit somewhere, which is fine. We'll have essentially 1 star and then 1 lance. So we'll run Alpha as a heavy lance. You can go into... Yeah, you go into the Crusader. And then we'll add the Crusader to Alpha. And that will let us meet all of our requirements. Okay, good. Now all we have to do is do all of these, 13 objectives. And we have 4 facilities to go find right now. So we need to get to work. Whoops. Nope. Oh, nice. And we get extended view ranges, which is pretty neat. What's up, youngster? This one's only 3 months. It is not long, 2 or 3 months. But we're also going against pirates, so should not be nearly as wild as the last one was. Hey, Happy New Year. Ooh. Why, yes, give me the Demolisher. All right, we have a Gausscan Demolisher. I am a happy camper. Okay, so we got some XP. The unit market was updated, which I don't care about right now. And then Recon Lance came back home early, which is great. Yeah, so fortunately, the enemy is using bad equipment, and they're green. Our allies are regular with okay equipment. Should be fine. We should be able to pretty rapidly roll through and find everything. Like, the hostile mech base. I'm not going to hit that just yet because I don't know what the other base is. The last thing I want is to jump into the mech base and find out that they have an air base. I would rather get rid of an air base right away if I can. Okay, so we'll use our resupply. They are charging us exactly what it costs, and I actually don't care about a lot of that. So no, we'll refuse that. Okay, so everybody came home early, which is great. And I know that I'm going to be just shooting the fatigue for all of my scout lances through the roof, and that's okay. That is just fine. I'm not worried about it. Because as soon as we get this, oh, we have a second sector. I didn't even realize it. That's not ideal. Let's get that second sector explored because it's a lot smaller. Okay, critical convoy the escort. And what else we got here? Oh, there we go. Hostile comm center and a frontier assassination. So we have already our very first one is essential, and the second one is a crisis. No big deal. But this does let us see that we do not have to worry about any air support on their behalf, which is great. That is pretty ideal. Okay. And the VIP that we have to kill is a rifleman. But the critical convoy escort, an allied convoy carrying critical supplies, is moving through a hostile territory, and a large, heavily armed enemy force is preparing to intercept. Your mission is to ensure that at least 50% of the convoy reaches the far edge of the engagement area intact. These supplies are essential to sustaining our war effort, and failure is not an option. The enemy will come in force, but their attack is not unstoppable. If a full escort proves untenable, you have an alternative path to victory. Should at least 50% of the convoy survive while you destroy or rout at least 50% of the attacking enemy force, the mission will be considered a success. Breaking their offensive will allow our convoy to continue forward without further resistance. We will control the field at the end of the battle, giving you full authority to dictate the engagement on our terms. Use the terrain, stagger your defenses, and counter their assault with precision. Hold the line, protect the convoy, and ensure these supplies reach their destination. Victory here will secure our effort in this sector. Great. And the other one, frontier assassination. Bum, bum, bum. Ooh, it's chilly. Minus 50 degrees Celsius. That is cold. An enemy VIP has been located in an isolated position, presenting a rare opportunity to eliminate a key target. Their removal will deal a significant blow to enemy operations. They are not unprotected. Your mission is to kill the VIP and destroy at least 50% of their escort force. The enemy may attempt an emergency extraction or stall for reinforcements. Do not let them escape. Strike hard, eliminate the target, and ensure their escort is crippled beyond recovery. If the enemy attempts to dig in, break their defense perimeter, and neutralize them with overwhelming force, the victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. Great. So we just have to watch out for their artillery, which is pretty similar to watching out for our own artillery. And kill a rifleman. That's not a big deal. Actually not too terribly worried about it, considering all their pilots are, like, terrible. Pretty bad. All 5, 6, 6, 7 pilots. That's very, very doable. I think that Bravo Lance can probably take this one. We'll go ahead and do Alpha Lance for this one. And go from there. So Alpha Lance can jump into her. Nope. There we go. Oh, yeah, this will not be bad. They only have 4,000 BB, and they really only have 3 mechs because the Quasit doesn't matter. The Wyvern is interesting that they're bringing that. So essentially they have a clan mech that they somehow got a hold of, and then 2 succession war mechs, which is very interesting. Oh, good. And immediately right after that, we have another crisis. We have to defend our tank base. Now that's annoying. And we end up with an isolated dropship defense as well. So we just spawned, that would be great salvage for me. So we just spawned in 4 missions all at once. I have 2 frontline lances. 2. We are going to have to make some hard choices here. Some very hard choices. Unless somebody comes home really early. But we do need to protect our tank base because that is critical. Absolutely critical that we defend that. The dropship defense would be nice, but we're not going to control the field of battle at the end of that. The assassination, we're not going to control the field of battle. I think that the tank base is much more critical, and we're going to control that battlefield as well, even though we're not going to be able to really take any salvage off of that. But I might as well go ahead and add all of those extra mechs into here just in case. I can't remember who has hands and who doesn't. That's a lot of bad. There's a lot of bad happening there. Okay, well, let's go ahead and deal with one problem at a time. So we will deal with the critical convoy escort and then go from there. Okay, good. So Tangle Lance will give us 6 picks. That's fine. Got all those dudes. Go ahead and jump on in. And here we go. Well, this was a really great time for an ad since we're sort of sitting here, waiting. Okay, that should be fine. We got all of our stuff, and that should be good. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. Hopefully, we don't blow up the Wyvern. Oh, hold on. Wait, I forgot to load in all of my settings, so stand by. So the only downside to constantly updating to the most recent nightly is that you always have to update everything every single time. It doesn't take long, especially if you have everything already saved, but you just got to remember. Hold on, wait, I think I hit the wrong thing. Yeah, I definitely hit the, nope, I didn't. Okay, let's try that again. Get everybody loaded on in again, and here we go. So we win initiative, which is neat. So it might seem weird, but the awesome I'm going to drop in here just so it's not walking through a whole bunch of woods. The other place where I could put it in would be right here, which I might do. Yeah, actually, I might do that instead. The Vindicator, we're going to drop it in with that heavy hover APC because I think that it'll be able to get in fast enough. The Marauder can go here and swing around. The Guillotine can just hop wherever it wants, and the Crusader can be close support for that. Ooh, actually. We'll drop the Crusader right next to the Vindicator. Win initiative again, which is pretty great. And naturally, whoops, nope, that's not what I wanted. So all we have to do is bring the awesome forward. And by next round, it's going to be able to range on everything right there. The only challenge is going to be stopping all of our allies from yeeting themselves to death. Which I think is going to actually be the bigger challenge. I mean, the Orion was kind enough to just put himself right where we can give him all sorts of presents from two directions. Because there is no point in not getting hot right now. So the Quasit fired and missed. The Awesome hits with 2 of his 3 ERPPCs into the Orion, hitting the right arm and the left leg. The Orion firing at the Awesome hits with an AC-10 into the right arm, hits with 9 dead fire LRMs, doing 5 to the left torso, 5 to the right arm, 5 to the center torso, and 3 to the left torso. The Whitworth firing at the Marauder missed. The Marauder firing at the Orion hits with the PPC into the left arm and AC-5 into the center torso. Then the Wyvern firing an ER large laser missed. The Awesome took 20 damage, stays standing. The Orion took 20 damage, tumbles over, takes 5 to the total of 8 to the right leg, and the pilot takes a hit. Already off to a pretty great start. You know, the only downside of seeing that Wyvern in the first battle is that I am not going to be able to take it as scrap probably or salvage because I don't have any salvage percentage saved up. We ended up winning initiative. Okay, so their Whitworth hopped on up. Let's go ahead and move the Vindicator to a place where it can maybe do something. Same thing with the Crusader. It needs to go someplace where it can maybe do some good. Why? Why would you do exactly that? Just walk up to the Orion, why don't you? Ask him to kick you. Well, there's one option here, and that is very obviously to jump on over yonder. I wish I had one more jump jet, because then I could have jumped right there, and that would have been great. So the Vindicator can't do anything this turn. I don't know if the Crusader will be able to do anything. Oh, it can. Maybe. Possibly. Nines to hit. I'll take that. And that will work. Then the Marauder can stay a little warm and continue donating to the Orion. And we'll just continue unloading on the Orion. Hopefully, it can go down to the next 1 to 2 rounds. So the Quasi continues to miss. Fortunately, the Awesome puts 1 PPC into the center torso of the Orion, and then the Medium Pulse hits the left arm, missed with a streak. The Orion firing at the Marauder hits with 5 dead fires, doing 5 to the left arm and 5 to the right leg. The armored APC, the APC firing machine gun at the Orion hits the right torso. The Crusader missed. Another APC firing at the Orion hits the right leg, critting with no effect. Then the right arm critting with no effect. The Pack Rat missed. Ooh, that's dirty. It's firing tandem charge. The Wyvern firing at the Marauder missed with everything. The Marauder firing at the Orion hits with a PPC into the center torso and AC5 into the right torso. The Guillotine hits the Orion with medium laser to the right leg, medium laser to the right arm, critting on the upper arm, another medium laser into the left arm, and then 4 of the 6 dead fires hit, doing 3 to the left leg, left torso, and right arm. The Orion took 60 points of damage, but manages to stay standing this time. Oh no. Okay, we lost our first ally. The APC goes down when it gets stepped on by an Orion. The Awesome kicking at the left leg, or hits the left leg of the Orion. What are you looking for? Oh, okay. There are even pencil sharpeners right there if you want. Yeah, right there. And I think there's another pencil there too. So the Orion takes a tumble, doing a total of 8 damage, doing 5 to the left torso and 3 to the left leg. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, cool. So the Orion is warm at 6. Everybody else is, like, staying pleasantly toasty. And this time around, we lost the initiative. Fortunately, I don't care too much this time around because we just need to get out into the open and provide a nice distraction for some of these other dudes. Well, that's not quite where I was hoping the closet would go, but we can make it work. All right, so we got some more folks off the battlefield to the north, and then the Orion does get up and trundle away a little, but it gave us a really nice shot at its head when we kick it in a second. I'm not actually worried about that closet going there. All right, I think it's time to start working on the Wyvern. That'll work. Oh, that Crusader's just in the right place to be wrong. Oh, okay. So the awesome causes some ammo to explode after critting on the left torso. That'll cap out at 20 damage on the left torso. So it's going to destroy the left torso, transfer the center torso. Let's see what it does. So destroys the left torso, transfers six to the center torso. Center torso is still okay though, unless we manage to completely demolish it with the guillotine. Vindicator hits the closet with the PPC into the left leg and a medium pulse into the right leg. The closet hits the Vindicator with a machine gun in the left arm, and the SRM gives it 6 heat from Inferno missiles. The Marauder missed with everything. Orion hits the Awesome with a medium laser to the right torso. APC hits the Orion with an SRM tandem, doing 2 damage to the right arm. The Guillotine, oh man, does 3 to the left torso, transfers to the center torso. Then 3 to the right arm, 3 to the right leg, 3 to the right torso. A large laser hits the left torso, transferring the center torso, critting on the gyro. We do 5 more to the center torso. No, we destroyed the center torso. Oh, it hurts. It feels bad, man. Feels bad. All right, so the Whitworth hits the Vindicator with 6 of its 10 LRMs, doing 5 to the right torso, 1 to the center torso. The Foot Platoon shoots at the Orion, which doesn't matter, and the Wyvern misses. So the Quasit does kick the Vindicator in the left leg. It's down to 9 armor, but it stays standing. And let's see what happens with initiative. So we win initiative. We will just keep aggressively moving forward. I'm interested to see where the Quasit goes. It's not where I thought it would go, but that's okay. I think we'll just do that. Probably should have paid more attention to... Oh, yeah, that was the right move. Okay. So the Awesome can put a couple of PPCs downrange and hope and pray with a couple of streaks. The Marauder, oh, cannot see the Wyvern. Sad day. So the Vindicator, let's go ahead and do the Crusader first here. So the Crusader can very obviously see the Quasit. Let's go ahead and dump all the SRMs and maybe a medium laser or so. And a couple machine guns because they're free. For the Vindicator, we'll do the ERPPC and a medium pulse laser. And we'll just do a large laser to contribute, maybe a medium laser too. So the Quasit does hit the Vindicator with the medium laser to the right arm and a machine gun to the right arm. It also is able to launch the Inferno SRMs, hitting with 3 missiles, adding 6 heat. Misses the LRMs though, which, okay. The Awesome hits with an ERPPC to the right torso of the Wyvern, and that is it. The Whitworth misses. The Crusader hits with 2 Deadfire SRMs, doing 3 to the right leg and 3 to the center torso of the Quasit, and it hits with a medium laser to the left arm, doing 5 damage. Vindicator hits the center torso with both the PPC and the medium pulse laser. Then the Wyvern misses. The heavy APC hits the Quasit with a machine gun into the left arm. The Guillotine misses and APC misses. The Quasit stays standing. Then the Vindicator is nice enough to kick the Militia Mech into the right leg, critting on the lower leg, which causes it to fall, doing 5 damage to the right leg, and critting on the upper leg. Take that. And he avoids a crit on the center torso. But we lost initiative. If the Quasit stands, it's going to go into here. But it failed to stand, and it destroyed its own right leg. What a nice guy. Oh, man, that Wyvern went to a place where I can't shoot it with the Awesome. But I can shoot the Whitworth. So we'll do that. We'll just do that instead. That's fine. I'm not worried. We're going to give plenty of presents to the Quasit. Make sure that he knows that we're thinking of him or her. So the Awesome firing at the Whitworth hits with 2 ERPPCs, putting 1 to the right torso, 1 to the left torso. And that's it. The Vindicator misses with everything. Sad day. The Marauder firing at the Wyvern hits with a PPC into the right arm, medium laser to the left arm, and an AC5 into the left arm. Whitworth firing at the Marauder hits with a medium laser to the right torso, doing 2 damage, and that's it. The tracked SRM APC puts a couple of tandem charged SRMs into the Wyvern, doing 2 to the right torso, 2 to the right leg, guillotine firing at the Quasit, hits the left leg with a large laser, critting on the hip and the foot, then puts 4 Deadfire SRMs into it, hitting the left arm, left leg, and right torso. Then a medium laser into the left torso and a medium laser into the right arm. Crusader also puts a medium laser into the left leg, destroying that, so it's now legless. Machine gun hits the left arm, a medium laser to the left torso, and a machine gun to the left arm. This poor little Quasit. The Wyvern hits the Marauder with an ER large laser to the right torso. And then LRM 10 is launched, hitting with 8 missiles, doing 5 to the left leg and 3 to the right torso. The Marauder stays standing. Whitworth takes a tumble, doing 4 damage to the right leg. Pilot avoids taking damage. The Wyvern falls over, doing 5 to the right leg, and that pilot also avoids taking damage. So their entire team is lying on the ground taking a nap. And that's it for the Quasit. We are going to give it one more round because I think they just had the 4 mechs, right? Yeah, we're going to give it one more round, and then we're going to call victory. So we'll go ahead and type out /victory since we are there right now. Oh, that Whitworth tried to stand and it failed. All right, I don't recommend trying this at home, kids. Hold on 1 second. Stand by. I will be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that interruption there. My wife might be a little vertically challenged at times and occasionally needs some assistance with height. So we'll go ahead and do I want to risk it with 14 over on heat? I don't think so. It's not worth it. We will go plenty more over on heat than that. 9 over is fine. 9 is great. 9 is groovy. But we're not going to do 14 over. I can't justify that. I cannot justify 14 over on heat, especially when we're dominating the battlefield. That doesn't make sense. Not even a little bit. Not even at all. Whoops, forgot to twist. Get twisty. All right, and let's provide some donations for the Whitworth. There we go, and let's see what happens. So the Whitworth misses the Vindicator, awesome, firing at the Wyvern, hits with an ERPPC to the left torso, medium pulse to the left torso, streak, hits the left leg and the left arm, a small pulse laser hits the left torso, and the other streak hits the left leg and the left torso, critting on a double heat sink. Vindicator firing at the Whitworth, ERPPC straight into the left arm and a medium pulse into the left leg. Marauder firing at the Wyvern with a medium laser into the left leg, another medium laser to the left leg, then misses with the AC5 and the PPC. So that Wyvern is probably going to be getting away. The Wyvern firing at the awesome hits with an ER large to the left leg, ER small. Oh man, these are all clan lasers too. Oh, that would have been a great mech to salvage. This would have been the mech to salvage out of all of them. But it is not our lucky day today. Hopefully we'll run into some more with, bad pilots. And then I can make youngsters' dream come true and we can go off and fight the clans. The guillotine into the Whitworth hits with a medium laser into the left torso. Then a medium laser, everything else missed. Crusader firing at the Whitworth hits with a medium laser to the right torso and misses with everything else. The awesome stays standing, and the Wyvern stays standing. Not a great round. All right, and that, as they say, is that. Everybody else is probably going to get away, which is a bummer. You're asking great questions. Where are the pirates getting the clan mechs? I don't know. Especially in, what am I playing in? 3055? This should be not too long after the Battle of Takayed. Or Takayed. Takayed? I'm going to say Takayed. Yeah, with terrible pilots. If I had a single clan mech to play around with, it would not go to my bad pilot. It would go to my great pilot. My 1-1 or my 1-2, that ace. But they do not agree with me. All right, and so all we got is the Orion, which we'll be able to salvage, but okay, yes, everybody else reached north because obviously they did. Great, all that is done. That's done. Great. Good. And then the Orion survived, but got to give them to the employer. Okay, and then we're going to defend the tank base. So let's go ahead and deploy Bravo Lance here. Go ahead and start that. Commence. We'll bring Tango Lance for salvage. We'll grab a couple of techs just to be able to do, techie things. And hope for the best. Now, once again, they Takayed. I don't know. I think I like Takayed. Takayed? Yeah. I mean, it rolls off the tongue, It rolls off the tongue. So we've got our Orion, Warhammer, Cataphract, and Grasshopper. They're bringing along, or our allies are bringing on Champion, Warhammer, Catapult, and a Stalker. And then the Pirates are kind enough to bring a Vedette, Manticore, a couple of LRM carriers, which that's actually the scary bit right there to me. LRM and SRM carriers are some of the most terrifying things that you can have coming at you, in my opinion, just because of the pure volume of fire they can dump in a round. Sure, you're going to kill them in a round, but MekHQ DLC, that's how they say it. Great. Okay, cool. But even if you kill them after 1 to 2 rounds, it's fine because they just dumped, an LRM carrier carries what? 3 or 4 LRM, 3 LRM 20 racks. So it dumps 120 LRMs your way in 2 rounds. That hurts. And God forbid they're firing dead fires. That really hurts really fast. Then they've got Wolverine, Thunderbolt, Hatchet Man, Archer, and an Ostwar, which I'm not familiar with. And then a Buster, a Manicore, and a Pike. And we've got some unknown hostiles, which also are interesting. So they're bringing a Wolverine, Orion, Thunderbolt, Catapult, Stalker, and an Awesome. I'm not familiar with the Ostwar. Interesting. Very interesting. Looks like it's an older mech from the Age of War. Yeah, this is a stupidly old mech. That's why I don't know it. Okay. Got it. See, this makes sense for a pirate to have. Is some random piece of junk from the Age of War when we're fighting in 3054. That makes a lot more sense. All right. And then just to make sure, I got to kill what? 50%? 50% of the OP4. That's all I have to do. 50% of the OP4. Okay, the scary bit is the unknown hostiles have 10,000 BV. So they might come straight at me. They might kill the pirates. We don't know. So the answer is kill the pirates faster. Like a lot faster. And where are the pirates coming in from? Oh no, it's a moonless night with heavy snowfall. Oh no, no. We're not playing that. We're re-rolling something. It's still a moonless night. Okay, great. We're playing a moonless night. This might be painful. This might be very painful. Are you guys ready to see, target numbers of 12 at point blank range with nobody moving? Because I am. All right. And we super lost initiative. Where are they coming from again? So the unknown hostiles are coming from the south. The pirates are coming from the edge. An edge. But the unknown hostiles won't be coming in until round 8. So hopefully we don't have to worry about too much. So the trick is probably going to be, number one, is the artillery going to hit anywhere close to us? Maybe. We're going to find out. If it does, that'll be really annoying. If it doesn't, we're fine. But on top of that, if we can keep the buildings between us and the Mana Core, that'll buy us some time. Is your what? Height 2, your height 1. Great. Yeah, this might be a very painful game. Oh, but interesting. Very interesting. The nice thing is because it's cold, I don't have to worry about heat as much. It should drop. I think it'll drop 2 heat every round, which will be really nice. We might be able to get this buster out almost right away if we're lucky. Yeah, I have been using Paycar a lot more with a couple of my other campaigns. This one might be a real candidate for it, but I always worry in scenarios like this where the BV is really close, especially when you have like Moonless Night. Sometimes things go really south really fast. And I find that Princess also does not do the best job with focusing fire. And sometimes that is the one thing that makes the most difference in the world. That's unfortunate. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it can definitely be big wins, big losses, or something in between. But if it's an overmatch in one direction or another, like no problems, right? Not a big deal. And I definitely don't have a problem doing that. But with this one, it's a little close. It's a little closer than I'd like. So the light flak puts a couple of rounds or a couple of pellets into the Mana Core. The Pike manages to hit with an AC2 into the Orion's right arm. The Orion misses Buster. Hatchet Man misses the Orion. Partisan hits the Oswar in the head with an AC5, doing 5 damage, doing 1 point of damage to the pilot. Wolverine firing at the Orion hits with the medium laser to the left torso. Light flak turret firing at the Mana Core hits with an LB2X with a couple of pellets. Warhammer firing a Buster also misses. Thunderbolt misses the Hetzer. Light sniper turret puts an AC2 into the Mana Core's left side, an AC2 into the left side of the Mana Core once again, doing some minor motive damage. Archer firing at the Hetzer hits with an LRM-20, hitting with 6 dead fire missiles, doing 5 to the left side, another 5 to the left side, and then 2 more to the left side of that poor little Hetzer. The Bulldog misses, Oswar misses, heavy siege turret puts an... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Remind me to be very scared of the heavy siege turret 3039. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Because 4 ERPPCs, that is gnarly. Anyways, puts an ERPPC through the center torso of the Ostwar. Medium bombard turret misses. Buster hits the Orion with an AC-5 into the left torso, and the Grasshopper misses. Most of my folks are probably going to sit still because I don't think their team's going to hit me too much. I mean, they. Hmm. So we'll go second on initiative here. I know it's ironic me saying they're probably not going to hit me very much when they actually smacked me a decent amount last round. No, that's a bad idea. Let's do that. I think I should be able to get the Ostwar out without too much of a problem. They have what, eight things that they brought with them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to destroy 4 of them. So the artillery lands a couple of rounds, which is unfortunate. The heavy siege turret. Oh, that's a big bummer. Really? Man. That's a big bummer. The heavy siege turret, the 4 ERPPCs just went away. I was really hoping they would not go anywhere anytime soon. So it's an 8 to hit you, an 8 to hit you, and an 8 to hit you. Why don't we just do that? So we'll put a couple rounds into the Hatchet Man, hopefully. Punisher can put ERPPC into the Ostwar. LB10 can also go into the Ostwar. And that will probably be about it. So the Partisan misses, Pike support misses, the Orion firing at that Buster hits with 5 Deadfire LRMs, doing 5 to the left leg, 5 to the left torso. The AC-10 hits the right leg, critting on the foot and the lower leg, taking out all of the armor. Hatchet Man firing at the Orion misses. Light flak turret puts a pellet into the Hatchet Man. Big whoop. And the Wolverine puts an AC-5 into the Hetzer's front armor. The Zukov heavy tank puts an AC-10 into the Archer's left torso. Thunderbolt puts 9 LRM missiles into the right side of the Hetzer. The Warhammer hits with 1 PPC into the Hatchet Man center torso, doing a through armor crit on the engine. Light flak turret of the Manicore hits with a single pellet. Archer misses. Cataphract puts an ERPPC into the Ostwar of the left arm, and then that LB. Oh, I didn't realize that cluster. No. Oh, shoot. I need to reload that. Anyways, put 6 pellets into the Oswar, putting 1 in the center torso, 1 in the left torso, right leg, right torso, left torso, and right torso. The Oswar hits the Cataphract with 6 LRMs, putting 5 to the right torso and 1 to the left torso. The sniper turret misses. The Hetzer missed. Buster hits an AC5 into the Orion's left torso and 3 LRM dead fires, doing 5 to the right torso and 1 to the right arm. The Grasshopper hits the Oswar with an ER large into the right torso and a medium laser to the right leg. Medium Bombard does put 4 shells into the Archer, doing 2 to the left leg, right torso, head, and right torso. Then finally, the Manicore does hit the Cataphract with 3 Deadfire LRMs, doing 5 to the center torso and 1 to the right arm. The Oswar takes a fall, doing 5 to the left arm and 2 to the left leg, and doing 1 more hit to the pilot. Buster also falls on his butt, doing 5 to the right torso, and that pilot also takes a hit, and the engine does not scram. Always exciting, my friends. Always exciting. Wolverine's kicking the bombard turret, which is annoying, but it's fine, I guess. So we won initiative, which is great. Oh, Buster must have tried to get up and then knocked out the pilot. Sad day for him. So if we pop up there, Wolverine can't see us. So, nah, we'll just stay right where we are. The Cataphract. There's not really a lot of reason to go out there where more people can hit me. Let's keep him where he is for right now. That'll be fine. Warhammer can definitely stay where he is. Kind of want to get the Grasshopper right there to see if he can kick the Ostwar. But that's probably a really bad idea. So instead, we'll hop right there. That'll hide us from the Archer. So the Ostwar took a tumble, did a total of 7 more damage to the right arm, critting without any effect. Eventually did stand up. Buster must have fallen last round or knocked out last round, and I must have missed it, which is fine. All right, let's take a look. So the Orion, let's get the Pike out of the fight. Let's put the LRM and the AC-10 through the Pike. Warhammer can continue just lighting up the PPCs. And we can also add a couple of medium lasers to the mix. See if we can't get the Hatchet Man out of there. I think it's more worth it to put some rounds into the Thunderbolt this time around. Actually, hold on. Do I have anything other than cluster? Ooh, good. I have something other than cluster. Good, good, good. All right, we'll go ahead and do a full alpha strike on the Thunderbolt since we have plenty of heat sinks. And then last but not least, the Grasshopper needs to provide some donations to that wonderful Wolverine right there. Let's see if we can't oblige. So the Pike support vehicle does put an AC2 into the Warhammer's left torso, as well as an AC2 into their left leg. The Orion hits with an AC10 to the front of the Pike, which it still has plenty of armor left, so it's got some time left. The Hatchet Man missed with everything. The Partisan firing the Thunderbolt hits with an AC5 to the left arm, another AC5 to the left arm, another AC5 to the left torso, and an AC5 to the left arm again. Wolverine firing at the Grasshopper missed. Light flak turret firing at the Wolverine hits with a couple of pellets, a couple more pellets. The Warhammer at the Hatchet Man double hits on the engine with a through armor crit again. Oh no, that wasn't a through armor crit, but still 2 more engine hits, destroying the engine of the Hatchet Man, which is a-okay with me. The Thunderbolt, yeah, the Hatchet Man will be some nice salvage. Although I might save the percentage. I might save the salvage money to be able to get something better later on. The Hetzer takes a hit and becomes immobile after the LRM-15 hits it. Zukov misses. Light flak turret puts a couple of pellets out there onto the Mana Core. Cataphract puts a medium pulse into the head of the Thunderbolt. It's down to 3 armor. That pilot takes a hit. ERPPC into the left torso, and then the longbow hits the left torso as well. And then we put another medium pulse straight through the head of the Thunderbolt. Now that is great salvage. Pretty much he came out from the woods and was like, hey, I'm going to be the big man. And then we put a couple of medium pulse lasers straight through his head. That's fine. No big deal. The sniper turret puts an AC2 into the Mana Core's front. Grasshopper firing at the Wolverine does hit with a single medium laser into the right torso. Then the Mana Core firing at the Cataphract missed. Hetzer missed. Medium Bombard missed. But you know what? We just took out 2 mechs, so they're down 3 mechs total. We need to destroy one more thing. One more thing, and then we get the W. So we can either destroy the Pike, or we can get the Ostwar out of here and just call it a day. I'd like to get something more useful, but at the same time, I'm not going to be too picky, because when you start trying to get picky, that's when you start taking losses for no good reason. And that's when you have a pilot take a hit and then suddenly they're out for a contract. Ooh, buddy. So this time we definitely lost the initiative. Fortunately, we still have 4 rounds before those unknown enemies show up. So the Buster woke up, fell, eventually got up, I think. Hold on. Fell. No, he didn't get up. He's still there. He's still hating his life in the snow over there. Oh, and then the artillery just smacks the Zukov and the Partisan and the Hetzer. Happy I hopped out when I did, because the Partisan just absolutely ate it. The Hetzer also ate it. Man, that is a feel-bad moment. Zukov is the last one standing, I think, right? Yeah. Not a good day to be a tanker. See if we can't get the Ost War out of the fight, and we'll put some rounds into the Archer. Can't do a whole lot here, actually, because we can't hit with anything. So I guess we're going to shoot the Ost War instead. And that, as they say, is that. The Orion missed naturally. The Pike hits with an AC2. Wolverine at the Orion missed. Life flak turret does little pellets here and there. The life flak turret there also does a couple little pellets here and there. The Archer misses. A Cadfract puts an ERPPC into the Ostwar's left torso and a longbow into the left arm. The Ostwar missed. The Grasshopper puts beam laser into the right arm, beam laser to the left arm, the large laser into the right leg, and the Streak missed. Light sniper turret missed. Medium bombard turret drops 4 shells into the Ostwar, doing 2 to the left leg, and right torso, and then drops another 5 shells onto it, doing another 2 into the right torso, right arm, left leg, right arm, and right leg. Bulldog missed, Manticore missed. The Ostwar takes another fall, falls onto its left side, blowing off its left arm, then doing 2 damage to its left torso. Then the pilot blacks out. That is unfortunate for him. It would be really great if we could be on top of initiative this time. So 11, and then, yep, we should be on top of initiative, which is great. So we should be the very last ones to go. Man, that Buster's just hating his life right now. So the artillery drops bombs in places and doesn't really do a whole lot, which is A-okay. Huh. I thought that Wolverine had already moved, but I was apparently wrong. A 55-ton mech standing on top of a height 4 building that has a CF of 84. How much damage can I do? So if everything hits, that is 15 times 2, right? Should be about 30. And then just for good measure, a couple of PPCs will definitely round out the deal. Oh, heck yeah. An 8, I'll take that. And a 10, that'll be fine. Do a secondary target on the Ostwar just to, use up all of our heats. So this is the big one. Unfortunately, it's still going to be a rough one to hit. But hopefully we can hit with some stuff. And then hopefully... Oh, hello. Something bad happened to that archer. Because the pilot is sitting right next to it. So the pike firing at the Warhammer hits with an AC2 to the center torso. Zukov missed. Let's just keep on going. Warhammer takes some damage. Wolverine takes nothing. Orion puts a whole bunch of rounds into the building, which very handily goes down below 55. Good to know. Warhammer also very handily does some more damage to the building. Cataphract puts a PPC into the archer's right torso, then the longbow into the right torso of the archer, then a couple of medium pulses into that nice little Ostwar. Grasshopper puts a medium laser into the right arm, ER large into the right torso. That's what did it. Critting on the LRM 20 Thunder ammo in the right torso. So it's going to cap at 20, so that's going to transfer 13 to the center torso. Pilot ejected. Right torso is destroyed. And then center torso is left with 9 internal structure. But I think that's going to be fine. Then, can you say timber? Because that Wolverine just fell 4 levels. Took 2 damage to the left torso from some falling debris, then falls 4 levels, suffering 31 damage, taking 5 to the left arm, another 5 to the left arm, 5 total of 10 to the left leg, 5 to the left torso, 5 to the center torso, and 1 more to the left arm. Then that pilot very kindly blacks out. Now, we have now definitely hit our 4. All right. So that is the end of that one. And that turned out very nicely. All right. And we came out of that with 97% of our BV still intact, which is pretty great. So we maintain control. The Wolverine's pilot was blacked out, so we had to keep that. The Ostwar's pilot woke up, so we don't get to keep that, which I'm not actually crying about. Buster also was able to limp off the field. Manicore got off. Pike obviously got out of there. The Thunderbolt, Hatchet Man, and Archer are all inoperable but recoverable, which is pretty great. I got to tell you, when it comes to getting salvage, I really do love the playtest rules. I really love them because a bunch of things still end up getting completely cored out. But when ammo explodes, it gives you so much more of an opportunity. I'm going to give that to the Orion, because he did the majority of damage to that building. Let's see here. Heavy siege turret died. Flak turret stayed up. Sniper turret stayed up. Bombard turret stayed up. Flak turret stayed up. Okay, good. And then the Wolverine Didn't go anywhere. No, good deal. We'll see who that is. What does the Archer weigh? 70 tons? I think we'll be okay. We can plop you and you onto there. Oh dear, this might be a little close. Oh, we're good. We're good. All right, now what do we end up keeping? That's the question. Hatchet Man isn't actually all that great. It's got an AC 10. It's actually not bad. It's not bad. That's tempting. Wolverine, I already have a couple of these bad boys, and they're okay. Thunderbolt, I have one of these. And again, it's okay. Not the best thing in the world, but it's fine. And then Archer, I'm actually not a huge fan of Archers. I'm really not. I think I might take the Hatchet Man. Take the Hatchet Man. Let's sell the Archer. No. No, we'll keep the Hatchet Man, and we're going to save up our pennies in case something great comes along. And then we'll start selling stuff after the next round. Okay, cool. There is that. Okay, got through our first two of the contract, which is pretty neat. Whoops. Let's grab Tex. Put you onto the Hatchet Man. Let's go forward today. And also, let's take a quick look at that prisoner. An ultra green vehicle crew. No. No. Why? Why would I want that? No. All right, friends, I've been streaming for about an hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break here. 2-minute break so I can grab some water really quick, and I'll be right back. Hang tight. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into it. All right. Well, also, since we're just coming on back, if you haven't already and you're new to the stream, I would really appreciate if you give me a follow. If you're watching on YouTube later on, I'd really appreciate it if you'd like this video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you're feeling very generous and you're coming to the Twitch, I would really appreciate if you would also maybe subscribe if you got a spare Prime subscription laying around. But let's go ahead and get back into it. So it's the next day. Nobody came home. I have absolutely nobody available to do anything. So this crisis is going to have to go to the wayside. We are going to be at -1 victory point, which is kind of annoying, but it'll be fine. It'll be okay. It'll buff. Continue. And continue. Yeah. The really annoying thing is that I need to get into at least 1 or 2 more engagements to make sure that I stay positive in this month. So Alpha came home, Recon came home, Recovery came home. Let's go ahead and get everybody repaired here like a GIF. Gotta repair the engine, that'll be fine. So this is the secondary AO. This is the primary. I have 2 sectors that I have to play in, and I didn't realize it until about 3 days in. So Sector 1, Sector 2. Sector 1 is letting me explore really fast. It's giving me double scouting vision, but the Sector 1 is your kind of standard. I think what I'll probably do is I'll go ahead and I'll use Alpha Lance to drop in on the mech base. Because once I get that mech base out of the way, then things should be a little bit better. Ish. No, so it should be a modifier on this track. Let's see here. Or actually, I think it comes from the data center, if I remember correctly. Yeah, increases the scan range of all friendly forces by 1. Just for the sector, though. And then the mech base, gives you allies, friends. Gives you friends. All right, let's go ahead and drop Alpha Lance on this. Nothing could possibly go wrong, right? Right? Oh, good. Crisis. It's not even a turning point. It's a crisis. But it shouldn't be too bad. The Op 4 only has 3,000 BV. Garrison has another 2,500, and that's mostly... Yeah, their best pilot is in a logger mech. That doesn't make sense, but fine. Whatever, you do you, boo. A hidden enemy control facility has been identified for destruction, and this installation is too valuable to remain in enemy hands, and its defenders must be eliminated to ensure it is no longer operational. Your mission is to destroy at least 75% of the defending force. This is not an occupation, this is an eradication. The priority is destruction, not capture. Do not concern yourself with securing the facility. The enemy will fight to protect the installation, but the defenses will crumble under sustained pressure. Crush their forces, level their defenses, and ensure that when this battle is over, the facility is of no use to anyone. The victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement. If the facility remains salvageable after the assault, we will destroy it. The enemy will be left with nothing but ruins. Execute with overwhelming force and leave no doubt who owns the battlefield. All right, friends, please remind me that we have to destroy 75%, not 50, 75% of the enemy forces, and we have to destroy the mech garrison and the Op 4. So between the garrison and the Op 4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9, so destroying 75% of that is going to be destroying, 7 of them? Right? That's how that maths out? 7, I think. Okay. And so that will happen in 2 days. 2 days. All right, and then Bravo Lance just came back. Let's go ahead and do this. Now, one thing I do want to do, because I don't want to forget about it, cataphract, I actually want to make sure I don't want you to have any cluster. There we go. Okay. And we'll go forward Unomaste. And here we are. So we have to destroy seven mechs. Again, remind me of this when I'm like, oh, I destroyed 4 of them. We're good to go. Say stop. Don't do that. 7. We have to destroy 7. And our friends are bringing a few tanks. And youngster, sorry. No, that's not new in the nightlies. That's actually been around for a long time. Ever since StratCon came out, I think. If you look back in the old docs from 50 point whatever, where StratCon was put out, it actually tells you about that. One sec. I'll even see if I can find it. So when you go to the base folder, you go to docs, StratCon, should be under StratCon FAQ, I believe. And then you scroll on down, tells you about some stuff. Should tell you about the bases. Somewhere down here, pretty sure. I thought it did. It might not be this one. But there is a file in here that did show you this early on. And then otherwise, oh, yeah. There you go. Any Hoosers, let's go ahead and jump on in because I think I hit the wrong button. Yeah, of course. I know that it's in the glossary now, like 95% sure. And it might be in the new player guide. Man, now I have to satisfy my need to know. Is it our StratCon? StratCon facilities. No, not there. Area of operations? Nope. Facilities? Nope. Might be the new player guide. Even though you know, now I'm dying to remember where I found this. StratCon on page 51. Oh, there it is. Okay. Facility effects. There it is. So new player guide, page 53. For those people out there wondering where you find what each one of the facilities do. New player guide, page 53. It'll tell you exactly what all of your allied and then what all your hostile things do on page 54. Oh, now I feel better. Okay, so we got all of our stuffs. Let's go. Shouldn't take us too long to eat through these pirates. I mean, I feel a little bad just demolishing these pirates, but we kind of need that easy win after that last contract, because that was rough, man. That was very rough. Lost initiative. Why? Yes, I will come from the north and just demolish their powermen, Crosscut, and Chameleon. Yes, please. So the answer here is simple. You close the distance and you punch them in the face. I'm starting to wonder if I'll be able to do this in under 4 rounds. Okay. All right. Well, that is less than ideal, but we'll figure it out. So the guillotine, let's start off with you. So the crosscut is going to be a 5 to hit on your large and a 7 on the mediums. That should pretty well deal with everything. Now for the awesome, firing at the power man. That's a 7 to hit. Or I could just shoot the building twice. And it dies. It falls, and then I can deal with it from there. I think that would be fine too. So 7 on the griffins, or on the griffin, and then oh, we can't shoot the building. The horror. Okay, never mind. Got to pivot. Go over on heat, shoot the power man. So we'll hit the Panther with the PPC and a medium pulse. The Marauder can provide some assistance as well. So 6 on the PPCs and a 6 on the AC5 should be fine. See if we can't get the Panther out of here right away. Ooh, Scorpion is a 10 to hit versus an 8 to hit against the Panther. Take that. Take the 8s. See that. Panther should be completely gone. So the guillotine of the crosscut, oh man, does not do great. Hits the right leg with a large laser, and then the right torso with a medium laser. Missed with everything else, unfortunately. The Power Man misses the Crusader. The Awesome puts an ERPPC into the right leg of the Powerman, and then PPC into the center torso, critting on the gyro and the engine. Just barely misses an explosion. The Panther firing at the Marauder hits the left arm of the PPC. The Phoenix Hawk firing at the Marauder missed. Vindicator missed with its ERPPC, but hits with a medium pulse into the right torso. Light Flak Turret missed. The Chameleon missed. The Marauder hits with both PPCs into the Panther, hitting the left arm and right arm. The AC5 hits the left torso. Then the Griffin hits the Awesome with a PPC into the left torso. Scorpion lands a PPC against the Marauder into the right torso. Just PPCs everywhere. Crusader hits the Panther in the right leg, left torso, and then again into the right arm. The Marauder stays standing. Panther falls over onto the front, taking 4 damage to the left leg, and the pilot takes a hit. The Powerman also falls. He takes 4 damage to the right torso, and that pilot takes a hit. And then the engine stalled. Jugga jugga clunk. Go ahead and kick the Panther. But we missed on a 5. Oh no, the Crusader stays standing. Scorpion tried to kick us, missed, falls onto his left side, and then takes 6 damage to its rear left leg. And then that pilot also takes a hit. Well, at least nobody can roll. We end up losing initiative. All right, so let's see if we can't bait something by putting the awesome into a bad place. Also close the distance to the Marauder. Let's see where the Scorpion goes. Oh, it ran away. Okay, cool. Actually, so the guillotine fours on the crosscut all around. Let's just do that. All of the 4s, and then we'll risk it on a 7. Put 2 PPCs into them and a medium pulse. We can go 3 over on heat. That'll be A-okay. I don't think we'll be able to twist far enough. Nope, we can't twist far enough. See if we can't put a little bit of hurt onto that Phoenix Hawk. So the guillotine just completely demolishes that crosscut. First large laser just takes off the right leg. Then the medium laser goes into the head. Next one goes into the right arm. Next one into the right arm again. The center torso, then the center torso, then another one into the head. That poor guy. That poor guy. Light Flak turret does manage to land a couple of pellets against the Awesome. The Panther hits the Awesome with a PPC into the left arm. The Awesome hits with both of its PPCs going to the left arm and the right torso of the Powerman, and then the medium pulse laser into the right leg. Phoenix Hawk misses the Marauder. Crosscut missed. The Vindicator firing at the Panther Hits the head with an ERPPC. It's down to 2 internal structure. Then medium pulse laser into the center torso. Marauder firing at the Phoenix Hawk. Hits with a PPC against the right torso. Missed with his medium laser, though. Crusader hits the center torso with a medium laser. Destroys the right arm with the next medium laser. Puts a machine gun into the Panther's right arm and then the right leg. The SRM then goes into the right torso, center torso, and then takes off the head. So that's the Panther out. Then the Toro puts a PPC in the Awesome. It's going to have to make a piloting roll now. The Griffin missed with everything. Awesome stays standing. Crosscut lost the leg, automatically falls down. Pilot blacks out. And then the Crosscut also stalls. It's a bummer for them. So hold on. Hold on. Quick question for the world. So the crosscut had already fallen onto its right side, but somehow it fell again. Oh, got it. Never mind. We're good. We're good. Oh, hold on. That's a small little error. More of like a typo. Should say failed, just not fall. We lost initiative, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. So let's back the Marauder up. So the Marauder can back up. Anywhere the Phoenix Hawk goes, we should be able to hit it. The Guillotine can just kind of walk up and start kicking things. I think it's time for the Awesome to come up and kick the Toro. I think that's where we're at now. Okay. It's not what I was hoping for with the Phoenix Hawk, but that's fine. So the Vindicator can come up and say hello to the Griffin. The Awesome can come up and say hello to the Toro. Scorpion's probably going to come around behind. Oh, no, he didn't. So first things first, I want the Crusader to go ahead and put some missiles and a medium laser, maybe a machine gun, some other stuff into the Phoenix Hawk. And then for the Marauder, what can you see and what can you hit? So let's focus down the Griffin here probably. Yeah, let's focus down the Griffin a little bit. Okay, not that much. Okay, great. We should also, yeah, we'll be fine on heat right now. If we go just a little bit over on the heats, just a little, just a touch. Vindicator can also add a little bit to the Griffin. And then lastly, the Guillotine hanging out on its own. Where are you shooting at? Are you shooting at the crosscut? Yeah, cool. Just see if we can't take off the head. All right, so the Crusader puts 4 Deadfire SRMs into the Phoenix Hawk, hitting the left torso, left leg, left arm, and the left leg again. Medium laser into the left torso, and then a machine gun into the left arm, and a machine gun into the left leg. Flak turret peppers the awesome a little bit. The Marauder hits the Griffin with a PPC into the center torso and a medium blazer into the left torso. The Phoenix Hawk just hits the Marauder with a machine gun. Awesome puts 1, 2, 3 ERPPCs into the Toro, hitting the left arm, left torso, and left torso again, destroying the left torso and blowing off the left arm. Kerpow. The Vindicator puts an ERPPC into the right arm of the Griffin, critting with no effect. Misses with the pulse laser, though. Isn't that interesting? The Toro lands an LRM, 3 missiles into the Marauder, doing 3 damage to the right arm. The Guillotine destroys the left arm and the right leg, and then bad things happen, and the crosscut just kind of blows up. It goes boom. And then eventually we destroy the head, because why not? The Chameleon misses the awesome. The Griffin also misses. The Phoenix Hawk took more than 20 damage, falls down onto its left side, doing 5 damage to the left arm, and the pilot takes a hit. The Toro also falls, but it goes down on its rear, doing 4 damage to the left rear, which transfers to the center torso because the left torso doesn't exist anymore. Lastly, the Griffin also falls, and it falls onto its left side, doing 5 to its left torso, 1 to its left leg. Man, they get knocked down. All right, so let's kick the Toro. And we'll kick the Griffin. And the Guillotine. We'll kick the building. That should collapse it, actually, because the Powerman weighing 35 tons. And the Crusader can kick the Phoenix Hawk. Okay, so we destroyed the center torso of the Toro. It went goodbye. So that's cored out. The Vindicator kicks the left torso of the Griffin. It's down to 1 armor. The Guillotine drops the CF of the building down to 32. And then the Crusader kicks the center torso of the Phoenix Hawk. The Chameleon does land a kick on the left leg of the Vindicator. The building that the Powerman is sitting on collapses, destroying the right torso, critting on the center torso, double critting the gyro, and then causing the machine gun ammo to go boom. Yeah, the Powerman exploded. That's unfortunate. And then the Vindicator stays standing. Cool. All right, and they are down to... They're down 4 units now, and we have to destroy 7. Cool. So got to destroy 3 more, which shouldn't be too bad, honestly. I mean, if the Scorpion's going to go there, the Awesome might as well just chill. I actually think we might have the Guillotine hop over and take the other side of the Scorpion as well, depending on what everybody else does. Or it can go behind the Chameleon. That would probably be a good idea. Let's have the Marauder back up again. Let's have it go there. That's fine. Oh, that poor little Phoenix Hawk. All right. Well, we only have one option. You know, we gots to help the Phoenix Hawk find its way. Is it running? No, it's not running. Neither is the Griffin. So the Phoenix Hawk fell, did 5 to the right leg, fell again, did 5 to the right arm, and hurt the pilot. And then it fell again, doing 5 to the left arm. And eventually it stood up. The Griffin stood up right away. So, with that, 2 PPCs and probably medium pulse and a streak can go into the Scorpion. Vindicator can donate a PPC and a medium pulse to the Griffin, I hope. And we can also put a PPC and a medium laser. Oh, we got a twist. Got a twist. So PPC, medium laser, and an AC5 go into the Griffin from the Marauder. And then just fire everything. Lastly, the Crusader can put in one SRM, medium laser, machine gun, medium laser, and machine gun. If you're wondering why I'm not firing both my SRMs, it's because the Crusader is fun and it has its SRMs and its legs. And if you fire from both of the legs, then you can't kick. And I definitely want to kick because I want to kick him in the head. So the Scorpion puts a PPC into the right torso of the Awesome, then puts 2 Deadfire rounds into it, going into the right arm and the right torso, critting on a double heatsink. We're out of armor in that right torso, unfortunately. The Awesome returns fire, puts a PPC into the front left leg and the rear left leg, critting on the upper leg and the foot. Then a medium pulse goes into the front right leg. A streak goes into the head as well as the left torso. Light flak turret peppers the Awesome, hitting the right torso, unfortunately. The Vindicator puts the PPC into the left torso. It's down to 4 internal structure, and then a medium pulse into the left leg. The Chameleon hits the Awesome with a machine gun into the left arm. The Marauder lands a PPC on the left torso of the Griffin, taking that off and blowing off the left arm, transferring to the center torso, and the AC5 goes into the right arm. It's down to 8 internal structure. The Guillotine lands the large laser into the left leg of the Chameleon, and then 2 Deadfire rounds, one going to the left leg, one to the left arm. The Griffin puts a PPC into the Marauder. And then the Crusader lands 3 Deadfires, one to the right arm, right torso, and the right leg, and a machine gun to the right leg. Medium laser to the right arm and a machine gun to the center torso. The Awesome stays standing. Scorpion has to make 2 rolls and falls on the second, doing 5 to the left front left leg and 1 to the left torso. Then the pilot takes another hit. The Griffin also falls down, ending up doing 5 to the center torso. And then 1 more to the center torso, critting on the gyro, a jump jet, and the engine. That's a rough fall. And then lastly, the pilot takes a hit. All right, well, we should kick a Scorpion. We should definitely kick a Griffin. And really need to kick a Chameleon. And better not leave the Phoenix Hawk out. Okay, so we kicked in the head of the Scorpion, which it deserved, 100%. The Vindicator kicks the center torso, critting on the engine again. The Chameleon does kick the Awesome in the left leg. The Guillotine missed its kick. The Crusader unfortunately missed the head and then kicks the right arm, destroying the right arm, transferring to the right torso. Awesome stays standing. Guillotine stays standing, and the Phoenix Hawk stays standing. That Griffin just barely avoided shutting down. Needs to destroy 2 more critters, which should not be too terribly hard. Unfortunately, that Awesome is not doing phenomenal right now. It's doing a great job of soaking up rounds, which I appreciate, but I also need it to just, not die. So that Quasit. Okay, cool. Okay, so the Griffin ejected. Down to need take out 1 more critter. Kind of want to bring the Vindicator down like that. Let's have the Phoenix or the Marauder back up one more time. All right, and that's what the Phoenix Hawk does. Oh, he didn't eject. He fell and took out his own engine. Even better. All right, so we can go 9 over on heat to try to get this chameleon out of the way. It'd be great if we could double tap this round because this should be the last round. That Marauder is not in a great place to do anything. I messed up, but that's okay. We'll see if he can't shoot a Quasit. Then shoot all of the things. You're not hot enough yet, so just keep getting warm. Oh man, that's rough. Okay, cool. 9s, sure, why not? Oh, it's an auto miss on the machine gun. Might as well not waste the ammo. That is that. Oh, poor guy. Okay, I don't care about all that stuff. Apparently, our allies also have some clan mechs because, of course, they do. I don't know what everybody's doing with clan mechs in a pirate war, but okay. Awesome lands 2 PPC rounds, 1 to the right torso, 1 to the left leg of the chameleon. Medium pulse lands in the right arm, but both streaks fail to achieve a lock. The Vindicator hits with a medium pulse to the left arm. The Awesome gets peppered once again. The Marauder puts an AC5 into the Quasit magically. The Phoenix Hawk missed. Vindicator missed. Oh, that was the Ally Vindicator. The Quasit hits the Awesome with the medium laser in the left leg, machine gun to the center torso, and then lands 2 deadfire rounds, 1 to the left arm, 1 to the left leg. Guillotine lands a medium laser to the left arm. And then, oh, nice. And then takes out the left leg of the chameleon with some dead fires. The chameleon does land a couple of rounds on the Awesome. The Crusader missed everything. The chameleon obviously takes a tumble. That pilot takes a hit. And that is the end of the round. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I have to step away for 2 seconds here, and we will continue this very, very shortly. Sorry about that. My wife had a question, and of course, you don't say no when your wife has a question. Okay, well, the chameleon's on the ground. He's probably going to eject next round, but he hasn't yet. So the awesome, we'll skip that. We can try to kick the chameleon. And we blew off the right torso, which is pretty great. Yeah, he's definitely going to eject the next round. And so with that, we'll hit slash victory as soon as he actually ejects. Thank you. But unfortunately, we lost the initiative again. Why? Okay. Okay, and that was him ejecting. So we'll go ahead and hit slash victory. And hopefully we can get rid of the Phoenix Hawk real fast and call it good. The Marauder, maybe we can come up here. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be able to get that Phoenix Hawk, man. Kind of sucks, but I don't know if we will. All right, I probably have to back it off a little bit on the heats for this poor little guillotine. I've been running him pretty hot. Oh, man, there's no way I can see that Phoenix Hawk. I can sprint. Oh, that poor little chameleon. Okay, so let's see what we can do. So let's put 2 PPC. Well, might as well. No, that's a bad idea. We'll do 2 PPCs. And then we'll see what we can't do about the Quasit. Who knows, maybe we can magically get it out in a single round. Actually, let's back that off, and then we can do the SRMs. Okay, well, I don't care about the tanks. The awesome does take a hit to the right arm. Awesome missed. Phoenix Hawk missed. Trebuchet did things. The Vindicator hits Sarah torso in the left torso. Quasit kind of beats up the Vindicator a little bit. Then the Guillotine just lays it down on the Quasit. But the Quasit does stay standing. Let's see if it stays standing after we kick it. You gotta love kicking things. Well, isn't that nice? So, yeah, the Quasit is dead. I think that we have sufficiently completed our mission now. Because we had to destroy 7, and we destroyed 8. So we're in a good spot. We're good. We are good. We control the field. Awesome did take some heavy damage, unfortunately, but I feel like that was actually pretty necessary. The Phoenix Hawk got away, which is a bummer. That is a huge bummer. But nothing else got away, and most of the mechs are actually still repairable. Most of the ones that are worth repairing are still repairable. The Toro isn't, but meh. It'll be okay. It'll be fine. All right, let's see what we can do here. Obviously, we're not going to force that to withdraw. We did preserve those things, and voila. So, there we go. I hate scorpions. Chameleon is okay. Honestly, we can use it more as like a training mech. The Griffin is probably the better one to grab. Panther is never a bad choice. You can always just do that. I think I might just do that. Or we could save some. We'll save some more money. That's fine. Okay. There is that. And we'll go ahead and assign a couple of techs. To do the things. Now, if you guys didn't know, one thing you can do now, if you pull down the most recent nightly and once 50.11 comes out, one thing you are going to be able to do, or that was added, if you go into MekHQ client options, just like you can have optimize medical assignments every day, you can run mass repair, mass salvage every day. There's a new option, automatically assign text to unmaintained units. So if you remember, or if you notice like getting nags all the time about like, oh, you got to assign a tech, you got to assign a tech. This is automatically going to assign the highest skilled person that they can to any unmaintained units. Now, if you can't, then I think it'll bring up a nag at that point in time, but it automatically attempts to optimize and assign techs and gives the highest ranked tech to whatever unit is unassigned. You can, however, as it says, have a tag for never assigned to maintenance. And so this system will then ignore that person completely. If you, like, let's say you have an elite tech who has like internal specialist and weapon specialist, and you're like, I don't want them to maintain stuff, I just want them to fix stuff. Then you can assign that flag that says, like, hey, never auto assign or whatever. Never automatically assign to maintenance. So yeah, kind of a fun new thing. Probably in the next day or two, I'm just going to do a quick run through of all of the new features that are coming with 50.11 as compared to 50.10, and just kind of what to expect if you haven't been playing any of the nightlies or anything like that. Well, we'll keep on going for just a little bit longer. I'm going to be working nights this week, so I can play a little bit longer tonight. Cool. All right, there we go. Advance a day. Good deal. And then we can start repairing a couple of things. Since, we broke some stuff, you got to break it to save it. Or something like that. All right, and then let's give it one more day so that Alpha Lance can come back. Let's repair all of the stuff. And then let's keep on exploring. Let's go ahead and try to finish out that smaller sector. Okay, well, we found the artillery base and we found the VIP defense. So, good deal, I guess. An important allied VIP is under direct threat with enemy forces moving to eliminate them. Your mission is to ensure the VIP's survival and destroy at least 50% of the attacking force to break their assassination attempt. Expect the enemy to employ fast-moving strike teams, precision fire support, and possibly infiltration tactics to bypass defenses and reach the VIP. You must identify and eliminate key threats quickly while maintaining defensive perimeter around the target. Every second counts. If the enemy is allowed to press their attack unchecked, the VIP will not survive. We will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement, ensuring that any surviving enemy forces are neutralized and that all salvageable assets remain in our hands. Hold the line, eliminate the attackers, and ensure the VIP lives to fight another day. Okay. Cool. So the people we have to kill are the Op 4, and they are bringing a Thunderbolt, an Archer, and an Archer. This honestly shouldn't take very long, and I think I'm going to use Tango Lance to pick up the salvage for these things, and I'm going to put Alpha Lance to assault the artillery base. Well, yeah, I think I'll do the artillery base, and then I'll hit the comm center after that. I guess this was like a 7-month contract, not a 3-month one. But I feel like at the rate we're going, it won't last 7 or 8 months. I think this will last a couple of months. So yeah, let's take a look. See. So Bravo Lance has. Oh yeah, for sure. I think that it's not going to be a problem for us to use Bravo Lance to do the VIP defense. That'll be totally fine. So we'll deploy Bravo Lance here. Oh no, I need to order things. Okay. I'm surprised I don't have any dead fire ammo for the SRM. I must just be out. Order some jump jets. Call it a day. Cool. All right. So VIP defense, we've got Bravo Lance out there. We have to defend a stupid little wheeled scout tank and a foot platoon. Here's to hoping that we can manage it. Whoops. We'll pull out Tango. Grab these 4 dudes, and that should be more than enough. This really should not take very long. So while we're waiting for this to load, we're about 2 hours, 45 minutes into the stream. Just a quick reminder to follow, subscribe, and like the videos. It really does make a difference when you folks do that. It helps other people find this content, and hopefully maybe it's something that other people were looking for. And also, if you have anybody who is interested in MegaMek and you think this might be something that they're interested in, share it with them. I would love to continue to grow this community. I was really hoping for trees. Trees would be great, but we can't be that lucky. We did end up winning initiative, which is nice. And we very much won initiative this time. So the name of the game is just going to be Close the Distance and punch them in the face. Oh, but we lost initiative that time. Not that it will really matter. So we're going to tuck the Skulker in just right there. All right, let's see what we can do this time around. Not much, actually. Oh, we actually hit with the longbow. Except we didn't because the left leg was behind cover. And we won initiative. Oops. Well, just so we don't hurt our speed too much, we're not going to get too hot right now. All right, so hit the Thunderbolt with an AC-10 to the right arm. Then the ERPPC and the longbow hit, one going to the left arm, one going to the center torso. So the Thunderbolt took 30 damage, stays standing. And this time we lost the initiative. All right. Time to get close. What's the roll? Yeah, I'll risk a 3. I don't know what happens on mask failure. I don't really want to find out. But I'm going to risk it. All right, let's see what happens. So the Orion hits with a medium laser to the right leg and a medium laser to the left arm into the Thunderbolt, missed the SRM and the AC-10. The Thunderbolt misses across the board. The Warhammer, firing at the Archer, hits with the PPC into the left leg. Cataphract hits with a medium pulse to the right torso. ERPPC to the center torso. Medium pulse to the right torso, and the longbow to the right torso. The Grasshopper missed. The other Archer also missed. The Thunderbolt took greater than 40 damage, needed a 12, rolls a 4, and falls down onto its right side, taking 5 to the right arm and 5 to the right torso, and the pilot takes a hit. I don't have a good feeling about this Thunderbolt for him. For me, I feel great. I feel fine. Cool. So the Orion kicks off the left arm of the Thunderbolt, and then we put a kick into the left torso just to round it off. Do you ever feel like fights in Battletech are just like, gangland fights? You run up to some dude, you shoot him in the face a couple of times, and you kick him when he's on the ground and run away? Because I'm kind of feeling that way right now. That's not good. That's really not good, actually. Okay, so I'm going to tell my friends that this is a priority target. Okay, hopefully they continue being too distracted with each other down here that they don't notice, their primary target sitting in a ditch, cowering. So the Thunderbolt tried to get up, fell down, took some damage to its right torso and some damage to the center torso. Then they tried to get up again, took more damage to the right leg and the right arm, and the pilot took another hit. Right, I'm willing to get a little warm to have some pretty much guaranteed hits. And by pretty much, I mean guaranteed. So the Thunderbolt does hit the Orion with a medium laser on the right arm. Things are happening in the south. More things happen in the south. The Orion, firing at the Thunderbolt, hits with the medium laser to the left leg, medium laser to the right arm, then hits with 2 Deadfire SRMs going to the left torso and again to the left torso. Then an AC-10 to the left leg. The Archer misses. More things happen to the south. The Warhammer lands a PPC into the center torso of the Archer on the right. The Archer on the right does land 12 missiles into the Grasshopper, doing 5 to the center torso, 5 to the left leg, and another 2 to the center torso. Then more things happen to the south. The Cataphract puts medium pulse to the right arm, ERPPC into the right torso, destroying that, blowing off the right arm, medium pulse to the center torso, and the longbow to the left torso. The Thunderbolt is not looking very good right now. And then more stuff happens in the south. That Phoenix Hawk looks like it's hurting. Oh, that's a Phoenix Hawk 1. That's the primitive. Oh, and then an ER large laser into the right Archer's head. It's down to 1 arm where the pilot takes a hit. No good for him. So we're going to continue kicking a Thunderbolt because it's the thing to do. All right, so we destroyed the left torso of the Thunderbolt and then transfers the center torso, causing the LRM-15 ammo to explode. Yeah. But it's only 1, so it's 15 damage. It goes down to 2 internal structure on that center torso. The Thunderbolt stays up, but the pilot dies. So that Thunderbolt is salvageable. Oh, wait, nope, never mind. Not salvageable anymore. Yeah, I am absolutely loving it. I am completely in love with the new rules, and I am a huge fan, absolutely huge fan. If I was playing on tabletop, honestly, I would probably be six of one, half a dozen of another. Probably wouldn't really care too much. I don't notice as much. When you looked at the Goonhammer review of the new rules, they really harped on how you could just eat away one half of a mech. And I haven't noticed that very much. Sometimes you notice it a little bit, but I'm not noticing a huge difference in how long it takes to eat up mechs, especially from a distance. But what I am noticing is that huge difference in what you can salvage. So like I said, if I was playing on tabletop, just doing onesie, twosie things here, it wouldn't matter. But playing a huge campaign like this, it really matters, and it makes a huge difference. All right, so the Phoenix Hawk in the south takes tumble, the Cronus takes tumble, and things happen. We have to destroy one more of the OG forces, and that's it. But we super won initiative, which is great. One thing I don't understand is that a lot of the mechs that I find that have mask, it's impossible to get them hot. Mask works great when you run them at like 9 heat. But if you can't get them over 1, what's the point of having a mask? Just why? 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 That's interesting. Okay. Might as well just do the medium laser. Oh, that poor little Phoenix Hawk. Poor little Phoenix Hawk. So the Scorpion tried to hit the Archer, missed. The Phoenix Hawk and the Cronus missed. Things in the south. Orion firing the Archer hits with 9 Deadfire LRMs, doing 5 to the rear left torso, 5 to the right leg, 5 to the left arm, and another 3 to the left arm. The AC-10 missed. Then the archer shoots at the scorpion, hits the front once with a medium laser. The warhammer lands a medium laser on the left leg of the right archer. The scimitar shoots at the left archer and misses. The cataphract missed. The right archer missed. Then our grasshopper missed with everything. Come on. All right, going for a hope and a prayer here. If I can punch him in the head, that would be great. Well, we punched him in the left torso, so I'll take it. Did 7 damage. Oh, man, the Wolverine pushed the Vulcan off the map. It's kind of funny. Sometimes Princess surprises me. Oh, naturally. Okay. Oh, they landed around on the Warhammer. That wasn't very nice. You know, every now and then this happens where it just doesn't show the fields of fire. It's kind of annoying when it happens. Oh, it's because I hit R somehow. All right. The left archer shoots the scorpion. Scorpion also shoots the archer on the left. The cataphract lands a PPC to the right leg on the left archer, misses with the longbow. Then our Orion lands the AC-10 to the left leg of that left Orion. The Warhammer lands with a medium laser to the right arm of that right archer, a small laser to the left torso, machine gun to the right torso, and then 2 Deadfire SRMs, one to the left arm, one to the right arm, medium laser to the center torso, small laser to the right leg, and a machine gun to the right arm. Landed everything. Well done. The right archer does hit with a medium laser to the left arm, that Warhammer. And then our Grasshopper, firing at the right archer, hits with a medium laser to the right torso. ER large hits the center torso, and the streak hits into the right leg twice. That, as they say, is that. Both archers managed to stay standing. I wonder if they're still standing after they get kicked. So the left archer kills the Scorpion light tank by kicking it. Warhammer kicks the right archer in the left leg. It's down to 12 internal structure and crits on the hip. The right archer kicks the Warhammer in the right leg. It's down to 11 internal structure and it crits on the upper leg. The Grasshopper kicks the right leg. It's down to 5 armor. All right, well, the Warhammer fell down. Takes 5 damage to the right torso, another 2 damage to the right torso. And the pilot avoids taking damage. The archer also falls down, takes 5 to the right leg and 5 to the right torso, and that pilot also avoids taking damage. I should really stop playing my Warhammer like it's a brawler, because it's not a brawler. All right, the artillery misses, which is great. Oh, nice. Right in the Goldilocks zone for the LRM. I'm starting to wonder which one of these archers is actually going to go down first. So the left archer fires at the pack rat. Our Orion misses the LRM, but hits with the AC-10 to the center torso of that left archer. Warhammer just unloads on the right archer, hitting the right torso, left leg, and then 4 dead fires hit, going into the center torso, left arm, center torso, and left arm. And then the machine gun hits the center torso. The cataphract on the left archer hits with a medium pulse to the center torso. Missed with the ERPPC. Other medium pulse goes into the left torso and also missed with the longbow, the horror. The right archer missed the Warhammer. And then the grasshopper puts medium laser to the right torso of that right archer, medium laser to the left torso, ER large to the left arm, and the streak hits the left arm and the left torso. So the left archer falls down from damage, damaging its center torso and its left leg. That pilot takes a hit. That'll work. That'll work. Kicking in ahead always works. All right, slash victory. Took way longer than I feel like it should have. Oof. Do I want the archer? I'll take it. I guess I'll take it. Or do I just want to sell it? I think I'll just sell it, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to sell it. Let's bring Bravo lands home. Let's repair some things. And then let's take out a mech base, man. Or, hold on, I was going to do the artillery base. Let's take out an artillery base. I think it's time. And yet it's another crisis. This is not a turning point. This is a crisis. I'm the one walking in the door. All right, friends. So, a hidden enemy control facility has been identified for destruction. This installation is too valuable to remain in enemy hands, and its defenders must be eliminated to ensure it is no longer operational. Your mission is to destroy at least 75% of the defending forces. This is not an occupation. This is an eradication. The priority is destruction, not capture. Do not concern yourself with securing the facility. The enemy will fight to protect the installation, but their defenses will crumble under sustained pressure. Crush their forces to level their defenses and ensure that when this battle is over, the facility is of no use to anyone. The victor will control the battlefield at the end of the engagement. If the facility remains salvageable after the assault, we will destroy it. The enemy will be left with nothing but ruins. Execute with overwhelming force and leave no doubt who owns the battlefield. No. No, not at all. There shouldn't be anything weird with this. So the generation is just going to be depending on essentially how many skulls there are, what the relative difficulty is, as well as what the relative scenario is. So like objective raids or assassinations, things like that are going to have a much higher op tempo. This one, I'm kind of forcing the op tempo on this one because of how aggressively I'm scouting, as well as how aggressively I'm attacking the enemy. So this is more of me taking this to the enemy and forcing this op tempo than the contract generating this, if that makes sense. Because this contract is supposed to take potentially 8 months, or I have 8 months to finish the contract. And if you look at this, I am halfway through the contract being 3 weeks in. And I could be taking my time, but I just don't want to, because the faster I get this done, the faster I get my payday. But otherwise, my settings are pretty standard for just your standard veteran settings. I don't use advanced scouting right now. I'll probably turn it on. I don't use seed forces. Difficulty is regular. Scenario map size normal. Force Gen 3. All that is pretty normal. So yeah. On this contract, I am doing it to myself. On the last one, which was the objective raid, bro, this one was just rough. I don't know what else to say. This was just rough. But raids, there's a reason why these. So when you're talking about difficulty of missions, I don't know if you saw my video on like taking contracts, but when you talk about like difficulty of missions, raids are kind of that second and third tier of kind of missions. And so these are meant to have a higher op tempo and more tailored around kind of a battalion sized element. So me taking it with, 2 offensive lances was potentially a bit on the aggressive side, maybe. But yeah, no, I'm 100% doing it to myself on this contract. And I'm very okay with it because the pirates are dum-dums. So I've destroyed 75% of the garrison, the Op 4. Which is a bunch of artillery and some tanks and a spider and a flea. Like the biggest thing they have is a Shadowhawk. The scariest thing they have is pretty much a Maxim or a Drillson. Should be fine. That'll be fine. Okay, go. Hold on. How many things do I need to kill? 75%. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. So 75% of that is 9. I've destroyed 9 things. Okay, cool. All right. What do we got? All right. So again, the name of the game is going to be take it to them and punch them in the face. Whoops. Well, too late now. What were the conditions that I ignored? Calm and heavy fog. Great. Cool. All right. Well, I could shoot the Thumper on an 8, or I could shoot the Shadowhawk on a 10, or the Flea on an 8. I'm going to shoot the Flea. That sounds like a great idea. And the Vindicator can hopefully do something. Guess you're shooting the Flea too. All right, this fog sucks. So the Awesome hits the Flea with the PPC to the right torso, which blows off the right torso, getting rid of the right arm. Vindicator misses with everything. The Marauder hits the Maxim with the PPC to the right side, critting with no effect. Shadowhawk hits the Awesome with an AC5 to the right torso. The Thumper tries to shoot at the Guillotine. Guillotine firing at the Ballista misses. Griffin missed. Thumper missed. Crusader hits with an LRM-5 into one of the ballistas, doing 5 damage to the front, another 4 damage to the front. Then the Drillson and the Maxim miss. We are good on initiative. All right, so now the question becomes, what do I do? So I can shoot the Shadowhawk or the Griffin. So the Shadowhawk's an 8. Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, wait. So the Shadowhawk's 7 to hit. The Maxim is a 7 to hit. I think. Put a couple of ERPPCs, maybe a medium pulse and a streak and another streak going towards the Shadowhawk. Then we can contribute to the same from the Vindicator. So we'll just spread the love a little bit this round. The Awesome hits with an ERPPC into the Shadowhawk, hitting the right arm. Missed with everything else, though. Shadowhawk missed. The Vindicator hits with the LRM with all 5 missiles going to the right leg, critting on the hip, which is really nice. It's going to slow him down pretty nicely. The Griffin missed. The Marauder missed. Guillotine firing on the Ballista hits the turret with a large laser, and then hits the turret again with a medium laser. Maxim missed. The Crusader missed. Shadowhawk stays standing. All right. Heat is a non-issue right now, but we lost initiative. Is the fleet running away? Yeah, the fleet is running away. Okay. So the Crusader got tagged by a little bit of artillery. Fortunately for us, the Shadowhawk should be a little easier to hit now. All 5s and 6s for that. The Griffin is also coming over to play, but let's get the Phoenix, or sorry, the Shadowhawk out of the way first. I'll let the Marauder work on the Maxim, and then yeah, let's see if we can't knock the Ballista out of here real quick. All right, so the Awesome hits with a streak, hitting the left leg, critting on the lower leg, another hit on the left arm, ERPPC into the center torso, then a medium pulse in the left leg, critting with no effect. The Ballista hits with a machine gun into the Guillotine's right arm. Vindicator hits with 3 LRMs in the left arm of the Shadowhawk, missed with everything else. Spider missed, Thumper missed, Marauder hits the Maxim with a PPC, immobilizing it. Oh, yeah. Then the Shadowhawk does hit the Marauder with an AC5 into the left torso, missed with everything else. Thumper misses the Guillotine. Guillotine hits with a medium laser on the left side of the Thumper, but missed with everything else. The Guillotine on the Awesome hits with 4 Deadfire LRMs, doing 5 damage to the right torso, 3 to the right arm. And then the last Thumper does hit with a machine gun to the center torso of the Guillotine. The Crusader missed the fleet. Excuse me, yet again. The Drillson missed. The Maxim missed. Shadowhawk was having a bad day. Fell down. Takes 6 damage to his right torso, and the pilot takes a hit. But at least we managed to kick the Ballista. You know, I don't want to let the flea go, but I think I'm going to have to let the flea go. All right, I'm going to have the Crusaders hold still this turn, see if he can get the flea. And then I'll probably turn and keep going, doing what he was doing. But in the meantime, going on the Griffin, streaks are 7s, PPCs are 8s, pulse is a 6. Well, let's just do all that and see what we can do. I'm really hoping at least one of these LRMs lands on that flea. So the ballista missed. The awesome misses with the streaks, hits with an ER PPC to the center torso. Another PPC hits the right arm. Medium pulse hits the right torso of that Griffin. Spider hits the Vindicator with the medium laser to the right arm. Vindicator lands a PPC on the center torso of the Shadowhawk. Then the medium pulse goes to the left torso, doing a through armor crit on the AC5 ammo. Only had 3 rounds, so it does 15 damage. Causes the pilot to black out. Auto eject engages. Dude gets ejected out, takes another 2 hits. He's at 5 hits. Shadowhawk is destroyed by ejection. Left torso was destroyed. Transfer some to the center torso. Critting on the AC5, critting on the engine, but it's got 16 internal structure left on that center torso. I think we're going to have ourselves a Shadowhawk. Marauder took a couple of LRM hits, but that's okay. Thumper puts a couple of machine gun rounds into the guillotine. The Marauder puts PPC into Thumper number 3 left side and an AC5 into the left side as well. The Griffin missed the Vindicator. Then Thumper number 1 also puts a couple of machine gun rounds into the guillotine. Guillotine hits the ballista with a large laser into the rear, medium to the left side, medium laser to the left side, destroying the engine and also hitting the engine or the fuel pod, causing it to go boom. So that is 1 artillery down. The Drillson does land a large laser on the Awesome's left torso and 3 dead fire LRMs hitting the left torso and the left leg. Maxim misses. The Crusader hits the flea with the LRM 15, hitting the left arm, right arm, left arm, and then the center torso, but misses with the other LRM. The Griffin stays standing. So the Griffin kicks the Awesome, the Guillotine kicks the Thumper. The Awesome stays standing. And we win the initiative. So the Guillotine can hold still. That's not what I was hoping would happen. So I think it's time for us to get the Drillson out of here. And we're going to do it pretty aggressively. And then we'll use the Vindicator to help with the Griffin. And lastly, we will continue attempting to shoot this Maxim here and see if we can't get it out of the fight. So the awesome definitely hits the drill sin. The streaks go into the front. The PPC goes into the left side. Another PPC goes into the front. It misses with a medium pulse, surprisingly. The other streak goes in, hitting the turret on the left side. Then a small pulse goes into the front. Spider misses the guillotine. Vindicator misses the Griffin. The Marauder firing at the Maxim hits the left side with the PPC. Medium laser hits the rear. And then another medium hits the rear, destroying the rear of the Maxim and destroying the Maxim. AC5 hits the left side, just for good measure. Then the Griffin puts PPC into the Marauder's left leg. And then there are, 3 Deadfire LRMs that go into the Marauder's left torso, doing 6 damage. The Thumper puts a couple of machine gun rounds into the Guillotine. Guillotine just completely rocks the Thumper onto the right side. But it has a decent amount of armor, surprisingly. And the Drillson misses with most things. The Maxim misses. Crusader firing at the Thumper that is standing on our Guillotine hits with one of the LRMs, hitting with 5 Deadfire LRMs, doing 5 to the right side and 5 to the right side with the crit, no effect. And that is it. Hold on. You're immobile, but your crew's not dead. Okay. All right, so the awesome kicks through the Drillson. The Spider kicks the Guillotine for 6 damage in the right leg. The Griffin kicks the awesome, doing 11 damage to the right leg. Vindicator kicks the Griffin in the left leg, doing 9 damage. The Guillotine kicks the Thumper, immobilizing it. The awesome stays standing. Guillotine stays standing. The Griffin falls over onto its left side, doing 5 to the left arm and 1 damage to the left leg. And we win initiative. Now, unfortunately, the reinforcements just arrived, which is kind of annoying, but what are you going to do? Other than continue killing them. Did they both move? They did both move. We'll just keep the Vindicator right there. There's not really any point in moving him right now. We could move him around to the back of the Griffin, but nah. The Pilot and the Spider, I don't think is good enough to really land very many hits, so we can leave him alone for a round. Plus, he's jumping everywhere. That should hopefully be enough to deal with the Griffin. We'll do the LRMs. All right, so the Awesome hits the Griffin with the streaks, doing damage to the left arm and the right leg. The PPC missed. The other PPC hits the left leg. Medium pulse to the center torso, then the other streak goes into the right arm and the left arm. Medium pulse into the left torso. Vindicator hits PPC to the center torso, and then a medium pulse to the right arm, critting on the hand and the PPC, which is pretty nice. Spider firing on the Awesome. Missed with a medium laser, but hits with another medium laser, damaging the right torso. Marauder misses with everything, just completely whiffs it. The Guillotine, firing on the Thumper, hits with a large laser to the rear, hits with 4 dead fires, immobilizing the immobile vehicle, but damaging the right side again, hitting the right side again, and then destroys the right side, destroying Thumper. Hold on, where were we at for enemies? So out of everything, so they have, out of the 11, we need to destroy 9, and we have destroyed 4, 5, now 6. So we need to destroy 3 more. Griffin lands a PPC on the Marauder, last PPC he's landing. The Crusader missed against Thumper twice. Oh, man. Then the Griffin falls down again, doing 5 damage to the center torso and 1 damage to the left leg, plus the pilot takes a hit. Maybe we can bash a head in. So the Spider kicks the Marauder in the right leg. Awesome kicks the right leg of the Griffin. It's down to 0 armor. Then the Vindicator kicks the right leg as well. It's down to 4 internal structure. Guillotine kicks the Thumper. The Marauder stays standing. All right, so heat happens. The Spider is definitely warm. The Griffin is also a little warm, but without a PPC, it's actually going to cool down a decent amount. And we win the initiative. I think it's time to hop our Vindicator over to help with that Thumper. So the flea is gone, which actually takes us up to 1 more that we've dealt with. So I think we need to deal with what? 1 more? 2, 1. 1 or 2. Hopefully it just doesn't matter. All right, so the Awesome destroys the right leg of the Griffin, then another PPC into the left arm, PPC into the right arm, destroying the right arm. The streak goes into the left arm, which is barely hanging on by a thread. The Thumper puts another machine gun round into the Guillotine. Vindicator puts a PPC into the Griffin's right arm that transfers to the right torso. The Marauder puts PPC into the front of the Thumper and AC5 into the front of the Thumper. Then a medium laser into the front of the Thumper. There's a lot of armor to these Thumpers, man. The Guillotine missed with its large laser, but lands all of the medium lasers into the rear of the other Thumper, including the SRMs. It's down to 2 armor. As soon as we kick it, it should be gone. Let me look again here really quick. So, oh, actually, 6 destroyed. Oh, I got it. Okay. So that was 6 destroyed. Number 7 is leaving or just left the field. Right? 4, 2, 6. Yeah. So 7. As soon as we kick the Thumper, that'll be 8. And then all we have to do is deal with the Griffin. Which the pile of blacks out, which is nice. Might as well just kick him. All right, so the Griffin is destroyed after we destroyed the center torso, unfortunately, and Thumper is destroyed, which means /victory. Whoops. Help if I could type. All right, cool. Not too shabby. Well, I can see the artillery off the field, which is pretty nice. Since they never spawned in, I'm saying that I dealt with them. I will definitely keep the Shadowhawk. And then we'll sell the Drillson, honestly. We'll go from there. All right, let's assign a MekTech here. Go forward a day. Go forward one more day. Let's go ahead and do some more repairs potentially. A lot of the stuff we're just waiting on parts. And the Orion and the Warhammer actually were fine if I just loaded standard SRM ammo. So let's do that. Orion and Warhammer. There. All right, and Alpha Lance comes home. Bada bee, bada boom. The Shadowhawk, as soon as we reattach the arm, it's also good to go, which is pretty neat. Interestingly enough, I think that we would actually I think that we do need to start buying more of the recovery vehicles, which of course now there are none available, which is it's fine. Hmm. All right. Well, that is actually probably a pretty good spot for us to leave for the day. I've been streaming for 4 hours. I think that's probably enough for tonight. Plus, it's, school night. So we're going to go ahead and call it good there. The next stream is going to probably be on probably Saturday. So we're going to be going a little ways between streams, but next stream will be on Saturday evening, probably around 8 o'clock, if I had to guess. But Saturday evening, keep an eye on the Discord. That'll let you know when that next stream is. And then we'll go from there. I don't think this contract's going to take us too much longer. We're already halfway there. And we're just kind of chugging through them right now. I think that we're going to get through this one probably in 1 to 2 months, which will be great. But anyways, I hope that you all have enjoyed the stream. I hope that you have, maybe learned a thing or two. And it's pretty much what I got for you. I hope that you guys see you. The next time I see you will be in the new year. So I also hope that you all have a wonderful new year. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. And yeah, if you are watching on YouTube, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, leave a comment and let me know, what's going on, why you didn't like it very much. If you're new to the channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Maybe hit the little bell so you know when another video comes out. And if you're watching on Twitch, once again, give this stream a follow, maybe a subscribe, whatever floats your boat. But for now, I'm going to leave y'all to it. You have a wonderful and great rest of the night, and we'll catch you next time. Take care.